Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 3 of What If Naruto Was Created from Nature Energy. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, over on Anime King I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Awaken the Golden Dragon Soul. So go ahead, check that out and enjoy. And on Anime King 3 I post a brand new series. What if Naruto was created from the God Tree? So go ahead and enjoy that guys. And also, if you're new, yes you hear that correctly, I indeed have 3 channels. Anime King 2 and Anime King 3. Which I post what if every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for your help and support, and yeah, without further ado, what do you say we get right into this new episode? Start the intro. So, the last time we left off, Asuma joined Kakashi on a mission to the Land of Wave. As they went and left their students behind, as Kurenai was watching over them. As Naruto asked if he can go train with his summons, as he was given permission from the Hokage. So he made his way as the owls told him to sit still while they cook. They cooked for 6 hours, which angered Naruto. Until they gave Mamoru to look at. And Naruto saw his face was different. The lines under his cheek were larger and running down to his bottom of his chin, as he felt different as well. As they told him that that was Sage Mode after gathering, natural energy after staying still. As they would teach him more on how to harness the energy. His body was already saturated with it, he just needed to learn how to harness it. So that is what he did. Some time passed as Naruto kept up his training, as he was invited towards Ino's house once again. As Naruto was able to buy a nice, small house in the Red Light District, but he had used most of his money. He had a long talk with the fox, a talk that Naruto released his stress and anger on the fox, telling the fox that he was suffering as well, he was not the only one suffering. And since then the fox hasn't bothered him, and Naruto could sleep, as he slept for 18 hours one day. Ino and Shikamaru were surprised as he said that he could not sleep, but he told him that he was fine now. Well, at least how long the fox wanted to ignore him for. Well, that was a good thing. As Naruto never get a pat on the head from Micah this time. As the both of them had a rather hectic talk, it wasn't like he was angry or anything, but he just told her that money was his main substance right now after all. As it was what he needed right now. As she told him that that couldn't be the only thing that he should be focusing on. But Naruto didn't want to argue. So with that, they got signed up for Chunin exams. As they were signed up by Asuma, as he believed that they were ready. As the day finally came as the group made their way, Sasuke announced to everyone that it was an illusion as the rest of the members made their way up the stairs. As Naruto and the others got into the first part of the test, Gaara crushed the card as he didn't want anyone talking about him. As Naruto gave Kabuto a look, as Kabuto decided not to read up about Naruto as well. So they took the first part of the test, which Naruto used a distraction to blow a paper towards him. So with that out of the way, they went to the second form of the test. Arriving in the forest, the group was attacked by a group from the rain, but they stood no chance, and not to mention the group from the rain thought that he would not kill them, but Naruto chain pierced right through him and Ino slit the other one's throats. After all, the group had killed before, and they killed on mission and killed bandits, so it was not that hard for them. They got the scroll as they made their way until they found Team 7 was under attack as Sasuke was unconscious. Choji and Sakura didn't stand a chance. So the group intervened as the Sound Ninjas tried to attack Naruto, but Naruto put all of them in their place. They were no match for him as he let them run away. As he took their scrolls, as Sasuke woke up, he tried to attack Naruto, but one punch Naruto knocked him out. Before he used his chains to keep Sasuke in his hole, so he wouldn't attack anyone else. And they arrived at the tower. 2 days passed until the finals came to be. As the matches flew past as the competitors went by, as Naruto faced off against Shino, Shino had no way of beating Naruto because every time his bugs tried to snap Naruto's chakra, they turned to stone and fall. And so the preliminaries came to an end, as the finals were Sasuke Uchiha versus Neji Hyuga, Shikamaru versus Temari, Kankuro versus Ino, Naruto versus Gaara, and those two will be passing through the first round because of how things were set up. So yeah guys, that was basically as we left off. Remember to go ahead and check out the brand new episode over Anime King of What If Naruto. Awaken the Golden Dragon's soul and enjoy that guys. And remember, for anyone this is the first time hearing my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking about to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we get right into this? Let's begin now. Before we start this up, there's 3 things you guys should know. 1. Naruto has the full Kyuubi. That is why it has such influence over him and can prevent him from sleeping. His parents' chakra are not in the seal. And the 3rd thing, there will be no key to open the seal. So let's get right into this guys. Well, this is truly a dilemma, said Asuma. I really did not think that the 3 of you would make it to the finals. Yeah, thanks for the vote of confidence, Ino, said the Huff. Don't get me wrong, you are certainly very strong. Perhaps the strongest team of your generation. But making it to the finals in the Chunin exams of your first attempt is quite the achievement, as Team 10 was currently gathered at their training ground. Training the 3 of you would be unfair to each of you, since you may end up fighting each other in the exams. I will be off training with my summons, so you do not need to worry about me, said Naruto. Dad will be training me for the month in our clan techniques, so you don't need to worry about me either, said Ino. I see. Well, what about you, Shikamaru? Dad won't be training me, that is for sure. He's too busy with his duties as a Jonin commander, said Shikamaru. Well then, I suppose I'll be overseeing your training for the month. You two can come to me if you need anything at any time. Yes, both Naruto and Ino said. Time skip. Stone, you say? Fukura asks. Yes, they drained my chakra, and they turned into stone. What is up with that, said Naruto. As I told you before, the owls have never produced a sage. But I believe if someone is unable to balance Senju chakra in their body, they turn into stone. Well, speculation aside, I finally have a whole month to train, and I want to master the sage mode, said Naruto. That's quite a goal you have. I've already taught you all I could, now it's up to you to master the powers that you have inside of you. Yeah, Naruto muttered, as he made his way toward the waterfall where he meditated. As he thought about what he knew about his opponent for the finals, Gaara of the Sand was a Jinchuriki, like him. He could not be 100% sure about his chakra, it just screamed Jinchuriki. Apart from that, he had complete control over Sand, and he was a bit unnerving. As Naruto started to meditate in hopes of learning how to control his chakra better, when he opened his eyes, he was surprised. Ah, hello there. It's been quite a while since you let me in here, said Naruto. Keep your greetings to yourself. I'm only allowing you to sleep so that you can train more efficiently. Do not disappoint me, said the Kyuubi with a growl. Not that I'm ungrateful for anything, but what changed your mind, said Naruto, as he was simply curious. Your heartfelt condition did, of course. I'm pretty sure that if you were in here for another minute, you would start to cry, like the pathetic excuse of a shinobi you were. The Kyuubi mocked him. Ah, I'm being respectful, am I not? Did your parents not teach you how to behave? Or perhaps you never had them, said Naruto. You're cracking parents' jokes. I, at least, have met mine, unlike you, born an orphan. Ouch, said Naruto. So tell me, why, allow me in here now. Boredom is a whip. The command beans like me as well, said the Kyuubi. I have training to do, you know, said Naruto. I can't go around entertaining you the entire day. Your body has grown quite well, the Kyuubi said, disregarding Naruto's statement. Sorry, said Naruto, but I'm not into, well, foxes. Your chakra system, I mean. It is developed enough to handle a full Pichu transformation. Perhaps you can let me free in an empty era for a while, and I will tell you about Senjutsu Chakra. You need that information, do you not, said Kyubey? Sorry, no can do. I do not trust you enough to let you free, said Naruto. Your chakra is always brawling with mine. To use Senjutsu to your full potential, you will have to calm your chakra, and you will not be able to do that if I do not. Will my chakra to retreat, said Kyubey. Throw in the information of my parents, and we have a deal, said Naruto. A deal it is then, said Kyubey. Time skip. Yes, said Naruto. A completely isolated era where no one goes. Yes, there is indeed a place like that here. But why do you ask of such a place, young Naruto? The owl asks. Oh, this and that, you know, said Naruto. Fine, I will not force you. But don't do anything stupid. Furkuru said. A few kilometers down south, there's a large clearing where, due to the abrupt deficiency of natural chakra, no owl go down there. You can do whatever you want down there. Thank you very much, said Naruto. I really appreciate it. Time skip. So, how do I do this, said Naruto. That chain of yours, it absorbs chakra. Use it to drain the seal of the chakra. As Naruto felt the chakra filling his system as he was draining it, as nature chakra rushed into his body, so that it could be equal. Now, let me take over, the Kyubey said. Fine, said Naruto. Out in the outside world, a layer of red chakra formed over Naruto. 9 megatama markings marked his back, and his eyes went red with slits. Then a large amount of chakra exploded upwards as a hologramic form of the fox was created. I did not know this would happen in the Jinjulke Biju combination state. A deep voice thought out loud. The Kyubey thought that he would revert back to his furry form, but this was not half bad, and he had a full day to enjoy. Time skip. What was that power, said Naruto, as he was now back in control of his body. That was the full extent of my powers. As Naruto looked around, what was that? Meditate and come into your mindscape. Directly the fox talked to him, not in his mind like this. When Naruto entered his mindscape, he was frightened, because there was nothing there. No cage to separate him and the fox anymore. Where did it go, said Naruto. You unlocked it, genius. Now shut up and let me finish my part of the deal. Fine, tell me, how should I master my sage mode, said Naruto. Balance, the Kyubey said. Did you just scam me, said Naruto. If you interrupt me once more, my nail will be through your stomach, the fox said. What you have been doing is balancing and maintaining and enhancing the chakra that already exists within your body. But what you are supposed to do is balance, maintain, and enhance the chakra that you absorb from the nature. So first, flood your coils with chakra nature, then balance it with your own chakra, not the other way around. I see, said Naruto, as he looked towards the fox same way. What now, the fox said. You said you would tell me who my parents were, said Naruto. I suppose I did say that. I do not know much about them. Your mother's seal was way too tight for me to be aware of the things going on outside. I do know their name though. Your mother was Kushina Uzumaki, my previous container, and your father was Minato Namikaze. A few minutes passed with nothing, as Naruto did not speak until he finally spoke. Kushina. The name sounded warm and nice. He hoped his mother loved him more than she loved the village, because his father, Minato Namikaze, clearly did not. So, what happened to her, said Naruto. And why should I answer that, said the Kyubey? Our deal was information about my parents, not the names of my parents. Perhaps I killed her with this nail, said the Kyubey, as he raised the nail towards Naruto. She liked to brag about how I was caged away in the seal, but ultimately she was a puny little thing in front of my wrath. He continued, trying to rile up Naruto. I see, said Naruto. So no anger outburst, said the Kyubey, mocking Naruto. Oh, believe me, said Naruto, I'm angry. Really angry. But there's no point in crying over someone I've never met, as he vanished from the mindscape. Back at Konoha, 2 days after the preliminaries. So, Sensei, where is he? I think it's about time I take over his training, a white-haired man said, as he was speaking to Sarutobi. He was just rather unique. He had spiky long hair that he pulled back into a ponytail, with two bangs framing his face. There were red lines under his eyes that went all the way down to the bottom. Jiraiya, it has been quite a while since your show. Your face around here, said Sir Toby. You know how it is, duty calls. You did not answer me though, said Jiraiya. Young Naruto is doing quite well for himself. He recently passed the preliminaries of the Chunin exams, but I'm afraid that you will not be able to meet him. And why is that? Jiraiya asks. Of what I remember, he has gone to the plane of his summons to train for the month. Summons? He was supposed to be a toad summoner just like his father. Why would you let him sign any other contract? Said Jiraiya, raising his voice. Do not raise your voice in front of me, Jiraiya. Perhaps, if you want him to be a toad summoner, you should have been here to inform him about that. And I did not offer him any contract. He used the summoning jutsu without a contract, and he became a summoner. You know I was busy outside the village, said Jiraiya. It's been 13 years, almost 14. Have you not thought of a better excuse? Asked Hiruzen. Jiraiya did not see any worth staying there any longer, as he poofed away. Time skip. Even in the blazing heat of the sun, the crowd was not lacking in excitement. The Chunin exams were like festivals. Shinobis and civilians alike enjoy watching the show that they present, and of course today was no exception. The ground was filled to the brim. Simply speaking, the vibes was filled with overflowing excitement. Sasuke Uchiha and Neji Hyuga, present yourself in the stadium, the proctor called out. Both genin appear in the stadium in a swirl of leaf, the red eyes indicating a Sharingan in the veins, showing the Byakugan. A battle to see which eyes were superior, against the prodigy of the Hyuga, and the last loyal Uchiha. The rules are the same as the preliminaries. Anything goes once a match starts, but I have the power to intervene and stop the matches once I see fit. Understood, the proctor said. Yes, both men said. Alright then, here we go again, he murmured. Welcome citizens and visitors alike. We, the people of Konoha, are honored to post the Chunin exams. I hope our accommodations are up to your liking. With that said, I do not wish to delay the accommodation of your day anymore. So, shall we start, the proctor said, as the crowd roared in excitement. Begin, he said. Contrary to what the crowd believed, the participants did not just rush into the fight. It seems like some verbal assaults were in order. I thought that you would not show yourself, after all. You have a habit of hiding from tragedies, don't you? Said Neji. You speak a lot for a slave. How about you go and serve your master, said Sasuke. At least I have a clan to speak of, said Neji. You think that you're a part of the Hyuga? The only Hyuga is the main branch. You, my friend, are just a slave to be used and discarded. With that said, Sasuke jumped back to create some distance. Because as confident as he was, even he knew never to challenge a Hyuga in a taijutsu match. That was just beyond stupid. As he flashed through hand signs, fire style, Phoenix Flower Jutsu, he said. Neji rolled away from the attack as he rushed Sasuke to engage in a taijutsu fight. Stuck in mid-air, Sasuke had no option but to tend to the taijutsu fight. As good as he was in taijutsu, he was no master, and the Hyuga's styles were flawless. It was quick and brief as two of the points in his hands got shot by Neji. Why is that sharp motor of yours not running anymore, said Neji. Fire style, Fireball Jutsu. The fireball was not that big, but it did not need to be. It was only a distraction for the shuriken behind it. As Neji dodged everything, and through his eyes he saw the strings attached to the shurikens as he leaped away. These cheap tricks of yours will not work on me, Uchiha. These eyes of mine see beyond what you can even imagine. You throw some big words around, but you haven't actually hurt me yet, said Sasuke. Not yet, I have not. But you are already in my field of definition. As Neji slipped into his stance. Before he moved, 2 palm, 4 palm, 8 palm, 16 palm, 32 palm, 64 palms. With as close as Sasuke was, the moment Neji activated his 8 tetragram 64 palms, he was assaulted. As Neji attack ended, Sasuke collapsed on the ground. Call the match, proctor, he's not standing up against Neji, with an arrogant tone. But a dark purple chakra erupted from Sasuke's body as black markings started to cover him. With 3 hand signs lightning, dark lightning exploded from his hands, but he was chopped in the back of the neck from someone behind him. My apologies. It seems my student lost control. Please continue the event while I tend to him, said Kakashi. Due to external intervention, the winner is Neji Hyuga. After 5 minutes, the next match between Shikamaru Nara and Temari of the Sun will begin. Time skip. Contrary to the flashy entrance that Temari showed, by gliding down her fan, Shikamaru simply took the stairs. You know of the rules, yes? The proctor asked. Yes, Temari said, as Shikamaru nodded his head. Well then, without further ado, begin! As the proctor left the stage. You're not gonna fall asleep, are you? Said Temari, as she looked at his sleepy face. Troublesome woman, why don't you start the fight already, said Shikamaru, as he retreated to the safety of the trees. As Temari opened her fan to show one of the moon on it. Wind style, wind wave! Earth style, hiding like a mole jutsu, said Shikamaru, as he went into the earth. Feeling a pair of hands below her, Temari opened her fan and glided off. Troublesome, said Shikamaru as he dug himself out. As Temari swung her fan from up in the air. Earth style, mud wall, said Shikamaru, as the mud wall came over him, covering him, as the wind attack assaulted the ground. The match went on like that for a while, as Shikamaru hid and went underground as Temari assaulted the air with her fan. But she was doing something rather stupid though. She was exhausting herself, and Shikamaru saw that as he creaked the earth wall behind her that had a rather large shadow. Missing accuracy, are we? Said Temari as she looked behind her, mocking him. Hardly. Shadow position jutsu, he said, as she was engulfed in a large shadow. She had nowhere to go as she got stuck in his jutsu. Temari started to move backwards because Shikamaru started to move backwards. Give up, or I will bash your head in the wall, he said. She cursed as she could not move. Fine. I give up, she said. Winner, Shikamaru Nara. After a while, the next match was called Conqueror of the Sand vs Inu Yamanaka. As the both of them stood down there. Begin! Water style. Water wave, Inu said, not wasting any time, as she got directly into it. Conqueror flipped back so he would not get hit, as he willed his puppet to shoot a barrage of sandbomb towards her. Earth style. Earth wall, she said. She created a wall, as it deflected the sandbombs. A puppet smashed into the wall as it carved a hole right through it, as it threw a smoke bomb right through. Inu did some research about the sand puppeteers, and they were good for using poisons. As she saw the smoke was a bit purple, so she leaped away. Taking advantage of the situation, Conqueror released at least a dozen kunai towards her. She went through another series of hand signs. Water style. Water wave! As her water from her mouth deflected all the kunais, before she launched some of them of her own. Conqueror Puppet came over and blocked them, only for him to realize too late that they had explosive tags. In the second pair that she threw, boom! It exploded. As the smoke cleared, Conqueror seemed fine, but the puppet was smashed into pieces. As he was reaching for another scroll to release another puppet, but before he could, a kunai was pressed up against his throat. Surrender, or you will never move again, said Inu, as she shunned in behind him. Conqueror cursed as he could not even twitch a finger, as she pressed the kunai tighter. Fine, I give up, he said. Proctor then called out, Winner, Inu Yamanaka. Up in the boot. The quality of your Jennings is still as good as ever, Hokage-dono, said the Kazekage. Ears aren't bad either, Kazekage-dono. They fought valiantly, said the Hokage. Perhaps they did, but ultimately they lost. But the strongest that the Sand has yet to offer has not yet fight. Your youngest, is he not? Indeed, the Kazekage said. Time skip. Will Gaara of the Sand and Naruto Uzumaki made their way down here? As both of them made their way, Gaara appearing in a sunshine and Naruto appearing in a sunshine of his own. Gaara, made out of sand, Naruto, breeze. You both know the rules, right? The proctor said. Yes, both of them said. Well then, let's not waste any time. Begin! You know of me, do you not? Said Gaara. I do, said Naruto. Since you're from the sand, I will take a wild guess and say it is Shikaku that resides in your seal. Indeed, but I'm not aware of Kano having any tail beasts. Which one is yours? Said Gaara. The nine-tailed fox Kyuubi, said Naruto. As Naruto tilted his head, Gaara seemed like a really chill guy. Perhaps the both of them could be friends. Very well then, Gaara said, cutting him off from his thought. I will now kill you to feed your blood to mother. Yeah, hell no. He was not chill. He was weird. as a bullet of sand was shot towards Naruto, who did not move. Two chains came from his chest and started spinning fast as they split it before it reached him. As Gaara was confused, usually. When he fought anyone they attacked him, but Naruto was just standing there. When he fought people they attacked him so his hand could rip them, but he was just standing there. His hands were folded, just like him. Was he mocking him? Yes, he's mocking us. Let's kill him! Yes, mother, said Gaara, hearing the voice in his head. He willed his hand to take the form of hundreds of shurikens. As Naruto stood there and deflect each and every one of them before, he started to go through hand sign. Wind style. Gale palm, he said. A block of sand blocked it as Naruto was testing how far its reach go. So it was sturdy and fast. Well, it really did not matter though, as Naruto's feet start to tap the ground fast. Before he moved, Gaara created a sand clone to block Naruto, but Gaara was caught off guard when Naruto simply blitzed and destroyed the clone with a punch, as a fist smashed into Gaara's face. Just when Naruto think he draw blood first, he saw sand. As he stepped back as Gaara picked himself up. Do not worry, mother. We will get his blood, Gaara said, as he started to talk like a psychopath. As he caged himself in a cocoon of sand and left, an eye opened at the top to scout things out for him. As Naruto cautiously moved towards it, he reached out as sand spikes came out as he ducked. As one came out as a chain ripped it apart. As Naruto realized this was a chance to be creative, chains wrapped around his arms, and they forged together like a drill. The chain then wrapped around his legs and levitated him off the ground a bit. As Naruto started to test his feet, before he moved, tearing through the earth as he arrived right in front of Gaara. The sand shot out, but chains from his back deflected all the sand, before he drive both of his sand drill hands right into it. Now exposed, Gaara transformed into some strange half raccoon. Half of his face was made up of sand and he grew a tail. As Naruto moved back, Gaara rushed towards him like a wild animal. As Naruto thought about it, the match had to be stopped if this was out of control, but it hadn't been stopped. So apparently what Gaara was doing was legal. He supposed he would have to kick it up a notch. As Naruto activated his partial Sage transformation, his eyeliner grew thicker and bolder. His chains had a dark purple hue to them. As Gaara moved towards him, Naruto's chain blocked the fist. As the chain started to siphon all the chakra out of Gaara's sand arm, the sand broke away like it was never there. Gaara was surprised until Naruto's fist smashed in his face, launching like a bullet. Unknown to Naruto, feathers started to fall around the arena. Meanwhile, Boar. Begin Protocol 5, Harrison said. So, Orochimaru, do you want to surrender? Or do you want to settle this with a fight? Asked Harrison. You know me all too well, don't you, Sensei? You knew all along, didn't you? I have a spy for a student. What else do you expect? Asked Harrison. Very clever, but it is very bold of you to assume that you can defeat me alone. Whoever told you I'll be fighting you alone? Just as Harrison said that, Jiraiya grew out of the ground. Back in the arena, Naruto's fist had knocked Gaara out cold. But that wasn't a good thing, because while knocked out, the Sand Spirit took control of him. Naruto was sure that he could take the Shikaku out with minimum damage, but for that he had to tap into the Master Sage mode, and he had to stay still for a while. So, Sage Art! Summoning Jutsu, he shouted. As Naruto summoned a large amount of chakra, there was a massive poof. A large owl came out. I'm sorry, said Naruto, there's no time for pleasantries. Please lead Shikaku towards the isolated area, while I tap into Sage mode. As you command, Master. It shall be done. As the owl flew towards Shikaku and started poking him around. As Naruto sat down and started to meditate, his eyeshadows started to constrict themselves. Once the transformation was completed, there was a bright, purple aura around him. I cannot hold this for a long time, he said. As he rushed towards the sand beast. You may leave. I will take it from here, said Naruto. Please, summon me again if you need me, Master. As Naruto nodded. Sage Art. Vacuum bullet, said Naruto. As the bullets of wind slammed into Shikaku, getting his attention. As Naruto leaped forward, his chains wrapped around his body before he drilled into the chest of the beast. To his surprise, though, it reformed rather quickly. As Shikaku's arm came down towards him, as Naruto smashed his fist into it, throwing the arm back. Shikaku growled in anger as he dropped his tail and created a massive gust before launching a massive wind bullet down towards Naruto. As Naruto jumped away, the gust of wind slammed him out of the air. He hit the ground, slammed on his feet as he cracked it, before he rushed and moved towards the beast once again, his body imbued by the powerful Sage Mode. As Naruto needed to find a weakness, it kept on reforming too fast. Its chain shot out and wrapped around the leg and tugged it. The thing fell with a boom as it launched, a wind bullet after him, forcing him to leap back. As Naruto saw a red head on top of the head. "Ah, if there is no Jinchuriki, there shall be no TLB," said Naruto. As Naruto shot his chains forward, they stabbed into the head of Shikaku as Naruto started to rush upwards. Realizing Naruto's intention, Shikaku started to thrash around, trying to get Naruto off him. But Naruto did not budge as his chains kept him tight on. As Naruto landed as several sand spikes came up, Naruto raised his fist and dropped it into Shikaku's shoulder as the thing quaked and dropped on one knee. Before Naruto moved as he pulled a kunai and sliced, he took Gaara's head clean off. "No!" Shikaku screamed as Naruto watched as a mass of chakra exploded out of Gaara before it shot to the sky and just vanished. "What is he?" Down on the ground said Sasuke. As Sasuke, Sakura, Ino, Shikamaru had come to provide backup for Naruto, as they had just defeated Kankuro and Temari. But Naruto did not need any help. "That's Naruto for you," said Ino with a smile. As Naruto was now off his adrenaline boost as he started to fall, he crashed land on his feet with ease. But he sensed something else. Another Senjutsu user. Time skip. The mood was happy, but now it was somber, as a few people had died. Not a lot, but a few people had died. As Naruto was currently in the Hokage's office with the head of Gaara, the Hokage looked beaten up. His black body armor was hanging on the shelf, but Naruto was not looking at him. Instead, he was looking at a white-haired man who had two toads on each of his shoulders. As the toads dispelled, the red lines on his face started to recede, just as Naruto's purple markings were receding. "You're a sage," said Naruto as he looked towards the man. "Why, of course I am," said Jiraiya as he went into his pose. "I am the great toad sage of Mount Miyaboku." "What a retard," Naruto muttered. "So, Naruto, is that the head of the Jinchuriki the third axe?" "Yes, Hokage-sama," said Naruto. "I heard that he had managed to transform into Shikaku. How did you manage to defeat him?" "I had to tap into my Sage Mode." "Wait, what?" said Jiraiya. "Sage Mode?" "Yes," said Naruto. As silence reigned in the office, the two thought that Naruto would explain further, and Naruto thought that he had said enough, so no one spoke. Jiraiya spoke. "Where did you learn Sage Mode?" he said. "Why should I tell you anything?" said Naruto. "I am the most trusted confidant of the Hokage," said Jiraiya. Naruto looked towards the Hokage, who nodded. As Naruto spoke, "Apparently my chakra system is pre-exposed to Sage Chakra. These markings are actually an unconscious form of my Sage Mode," said Naruto. "Is that so? Perhaps I can teach you how to master your Sage Mode. You have not mastered yourself. What can you teach me, actually?" "I'm a better sage than you," said Naruto. As if Jiraiya said the scoff, trying to rile him up so he would show him his Sage Mode, so Jiraiya wouldn't have to ask. But Naruto simply ignored him. "Why was that call here, Hokage-sama?" "Keeping it aside for a moment, why did you not inform me of your Senjutsu prowess?" said Hiruzen. "It was pretty clear that you did not appreciate meeting me, so I never bothered showing up for any reason," said Naruto. Jiraiya's eyes narrowed at this. "Whatever made you think that?" asked Hiruzen. "I am a sensor," said Naruto, "and I can feel people's feelings, if that makes sense." "It indeed does. It is a known trait of the previous Jinchurikis, of the Kyuubi. Regardless, I hope you understand my hatred is for the Kyuubi." "I really don't care," said Naruto. "You are just another one to me, Hokage-sama." "I see. Please leave that head here. Since you have a bounty, the money will be sent to you. Thank you for your service to the village," said Hiruzen. "Of course. It was an honor," said Naruto. as he is sunshine away. What was that about, Sensei? Had you not promised Kushina that you would take care of him, said Jiraiya, as he had a scowl on his face. Scowl at me all you want, Jiraiya. But I lost my wife to the Kyuubi attack. Can you blame me for not getting over it? Here's an axe. Oh, so you can let Orochimaru run away and give him another chance, but you cannot give him a single chance. Don't compare those situations, Jiraiya, said Hiruzen. But of course, there's no comparison. What a crime Naruto did by becoming a Jinchuriki to save this village and losing his parents. How can a crime of this caliber compare to the measly experiment that Orochimaru did on human beings? Right? Said Jiraiya. Meanwhile, what was that, Naruto? Ino asks. What was what? That purple chakra thing you did. Can you teach it to me? Purple is awesome, you know. No, Ino, said Naruto. It is not something that can be taught. Yeah, of course it can be taught, said Ino, as she was pouting. Why can't you stay quiet for a while? Shikamaru murmured as Team 10 was currently at their training ground. Asuma had called him here 2 hours ago, but he was not here yet. They hope he was not spending much time with the sensei of Team 7. He had a fashion for always being late. As Asuma then popped up. What's up, he said. Pretend like he was not 2 hours late. Team 10 decided that they can let it slide for just this once. So why did you call us? Asked Ino. Well, I just want to congratulate you all for the performance you put forward for June exams. Even though things did not go as planned with the invasion and all, it is possible that some or all of you may become Chunins. Well, we can still work as a team, right? Said Ino. Of course you can. Time skip. Ding. Naruto was surprised. This was the first time someone had ring his bell. Sure, after the rumors about the fight of Shikaku had gotten out, the hard glances has reduced. But the fact remained that no one ever rang his bell, up until now. He thought it more had to do with where he lived. His teammates' parents would not allow them to roam in the red light area. And a famous name like Asuma Sarutobi would not be caught dead in an area like this. Come in, said Naruto, as he opened the door to see that it was the same guy that he met in Hokage's office. So, did you think about my generous offer? Said Jiraiya. Did I not tell you had nothing to teach me? Said Naruto. Maybe not Senjutsu, but I have plenty of things to pass down. If you don't know, I was a 4th Hokage teacher as well. Father Sensei, said Naruto. Jiraiya froze when he heard that. You know about that? Who told it to you? He asked. As I said, I don't need to tell you anything, said Naruto. This is a S-rank secret we're talking about, said Jiraiya. You mean like the S-rank secret of me being a Jinchuriki, said Naruto. Listen, Naruto, I thought that you were well taken care of. And why exactly do you care? Said Naruto. As I said, I was your father. I really do not care what you were to him, said Naruto, as he cut Jiraiya off. Well, regardless, Jiraiya said, you and I have a A-rank mission to take. What is the mission exactly? Said Naruto. We have to retrieve the next Hokage, Jiraiya said, is Green returning. Genins cannot take A-rank missions, said Naruto. Whoever said that you were a Genin? Said Jiraiya. Poof! There was a vest in his hand as he handed it to Naruto. The Chunin ceremony is yet to be conducted, but due to our special circumstances, you are given some leeway. I see, said Naruto as he took the vest, before he slammed the door shut. Time skip. As Naruto was in the mirror, yes, the vest looked rather ugly over his kimono. Maybe it's time for a wardrobe change. Time skip. Well, this was new. He was not asked to leave the clothes shop, and the owner was not scowling at him. So what are you looking for? The shopkeeper said, as Naruto stared at the man. Hello, are you there? I must be dreaming, Naruto said. Oh, sorry. I'm looking for some standard shinobi outfits. Time skip. Now dressed in a blue standard Konoha uniform with a Chunin flag jacket over it. Naruto looked more shinobi-like than ever. He was currently at the gate waiting. The standard shinobi uniform was comfortable. The material was not hard, it was stern. Unlike his kimono that provided no protection, the flap jacket could actually prevent a kunai from harming him. Ah, here in time I see. A voice said from behind him. Unlike you, said Naruto. Hey, lighten up, brat, said Jiraiya. This is gonna be a long mission. We don't need to hurry. Will you tell me who exactly we're trying to find? I told you. The next, I know that, said Naruto. I asked for a name. Stop cutting me off, brat, said Jiraiya. Will you answer my question, said Naruto. Fine, Snazzy of the Sanin. Huh? is Konoha's shortened Hokage candidate, said Naruto. Why do you say that? Asked Jiraiya. She has not been in the village for almost 20 years now. She's as good as a rogue. Well, kid, it's not like your thoughts are mine in any fact. As any wait, we're just doing as we're told. Order to, said Naruto. Yeah, order regardless. She will be the perfect Hokage, said Jiraiya. And why do you say that, said Naruto. She's the daughter and niece of the first and second Hokage. So, said Naruto. I was not aware that the position of Hokage was hereditary. Yeah, back to your age, you just shut up after hearing about your heritage. I have not really prepared a speech any further, said Jiraiya, with a sigh. So what technique do you have to teach me, said Naruto. Oh, said Jiraiya, as he held out his hand. As a blue spear form. This is a Rasengan it drill into anything that it touches. I actually have a similar technique, said Naruto. I created in my fight with Gaara, as he formed his chain drill. Well, just from the first glance, Jiraiya said, the Rasengan is already a superior technique. How so? Said Naruto. It is instantaneous, easy to hold onto, and it can be released in a second. Fine then, teach it to me. Now we're talking, said Jiraiya as he summoned an air balloon and handed it to Naruto. You have to burst this balloon with your chakra alone. Don't worry, if you can't right away, it may take up to 3 months for you to even learn the first pop. Jiraiya froze as he heard that popping sound. It was all about power then, I suppose. The next step will be about direction, said Naruto. Hey, how did you do that, said Jiraiya. Do you think my chakra, especially me being a Jinchuriki, lacks the density to pop a simple balloon? Yeah, smart ass kid. Here, take this one, said Jiraiya as he handed Naruto a water balloon. Time skip. Yeah, why don't you go to the hotel, Naruto, said Jiraiya. I will guide this lovely lady around. You're going to guide a local in your own village, said Naruto. So, you are as retarded as you are perverted. Well, whatever. Do what you like. I don't care. As Naruto used his chain to snatch Jiraiya's wallet as he made his way towards the hotel. After all, he was not going to spend his own money on this. Time skip. As Naruto was on the third step of the Rasengan, he had completed the second step in hours. Just a few, 1 or 2. But Jiraiya didn't have any rubber ball, so it took him the entire week to find one. As he sensed a visitor at his door, before they even knock, one of the man's chakra was so vicious, his chain started to unravel from him. As Naruto called a bird and sent it to go and get Jiraiya somehow. As Naruto opened the door, there was a man. He was short. He had stress markings on his face, lines that went from his eyes going down. The other one was huge and he was blue. They were wearing black cloaks with red clouds on them. What do you want, said Naruto. We're here for you. I'm not into men, said Naruto. As he slammed the door in their faces, a sword broke through the door as he dodged to the left. As I said, you'll be coming with us, whether you like it or not, the shorter one said. And why would you need me, you weird old man, said Naruto. We need the beast inside of you, kid. And I will have you know, I'm only 18, the shorter one said. Sorry, no can do, said Naruto. He's attached to me. Now, die, said Naruto. A dozen chains exploded out of his body and rushed towards the two men. A smirk came on the tall one's face. Well, seems this is more interesting than we thought, as the chains assaulted the both of them. But guys, to be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next person, do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on the bell notifications they posted. Remember, share all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new series over on Anime King 3 of What If Naruto Was Created from the God Tree. And enjoy that guys. And over on Anime King, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Awakened the Golden Dragon Soul. So go ahead and enjoy this as well guys. Yeah, without further ado, what do you say we get the hell out of here? Remember, if you're new, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post to every single day for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, without further ado, I'm out now. See you guys soon. Peace out.